Hi everyone, this is Shannon Shy. Welcome to another installment of Q&A with Shannon about OCD recovery. Thank you everyone for the questions. I really enjoy answering them. We are in the middle of a small mini series of videos dealing with my strategy. The mini series sounds so dramatic, but we are on part 5. Comes in response to a question. Could you please talk a little bit about the actual application of your strategy itself? Like, how do we know this is an OCD thought? What is it doing to us to make it so that we know it's OCD? And then what do we do? I'm pretty sure I remember the main tenets, but a refresher course can't hurt. Anonymous. All right. Well, we've been through ground rules 1 and 2, dealing with perfection and separation. Now on to ground rule 3, the beginning of the meat and potatoes of what you do and how you do it in the moment when OCD taps us on the shoulder. Ground rule 3, identify the thought as an intrusive, irrational thought and attribute the thought to its rightful owner, OCD. The checkpoint is this is what you would tell yourself. This is an intrusive, irrational thought. I am a rational person. OCD is irrational and wants me to have its irrational thought. Okay, so oftentimes people say, okay, but how do I do that? Uh, I don't even know whether it's an OCD thought or not. Well, the key here is you don't need to know that it's an OCD thought, right? The smallest piece of information will help you arrive at that decision. OCD would never let me have certainty on that point. OCD would say, you don't know that this is an OCD thought. You can't take the risk of treating it as an OCD thought. So I lowered my threshold, right? In the arena of if OCD is not going to let me have certainty, then trying to achieve certainty cannot be my objective. Moving forward, despite my uncertainty, is my objective. So with this, lowering the threshold, if I slightly suspected that OCD might possibly be the source of a thought, I then made a decision to attribute it to the disorder. Well, how do I do that? Well, follow the trail of clues. You have the disorder. It's acting like the disorder. It's intrusive, it's repetitive, it's unwanted, giving you doubt, giving you anxiety, leading to a compulsion to do something, whether it's mentally or physically, an action that can get you some immediate certainty or immediate relief from anxiety. It feels like OCD. You and I both know what it feels like when OCD is knocking on the door. Bottom line, well, also, it's irrational. Well, what's irrational? Sometimes people tell me, I don't know what's rational or irrational anymore. You don't need to know, right? It seems irrational. For example, it seemed irrational every time I drove my car to think that I hit somebody, even when there's kernels of truth abound. Like in the driving incident, I was driving my car, truth. There was a person on the sidewalk, truth. I think I felt a bump. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't feel a bump, but OCD was telling me you felt a bump. Or even if I felt a bump, truth. In any case, it seemed irrational for me to think that I hit somebody. There's cars everywhere. People don't ordinarily think that they're hitting people and leaving them to die. You don't need to know that it's irrational. If it seems a little bit irrational, we're in OCD land. That trail of clues can best be summed up by if it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's a duck. Even if the duck is screaming to you, I'm a goose. It's a duck. So we make a decision. This is the first decision in this part of the strategy, where we are saying, I'm treating this as coming from OCD. You've had more than enough information to make that decision. So stick with it. Stick with it. No matter how much the disorder screams at you that you're making a mistake and that you're wrong, stick with that decision. You have OCD. We have to take a different approach than what we've been taking in the past. In fact, the approach in the past did not make us better. It kept us in the hell pit. It made OCD stronger, so we do something different. And this is the first decision that we're making, that we're doing something different. We're attributing it to the disorder. Stay tuned for the then what? Ground rules 4 and 5. I hope you find this helpful. And I apologize for the voice. It's allergy season here in Virginia, like many other places. So I'm getting through it. All right. I'll talk to you later. Bye.